Investigating why a Southwest Airlines jet came dangerously close to the ground during its approach to its destination airport this week. Now, what may be more unsettling is this is the second such incident the agency is looking into since April. Laura Aguirre has more.
This is Southwest Airlines Flight 4069 over Yukon, Oklahoma Wednesday, about 9 miles from the airport in Oklahoma City. Just after midnight local time, air traffic control warned the pilots of a low altitude alert, asking the crew, "You good out there?" according to liveatc.net. Tracking data from Flight Radar 24 reveals that the jet, which took off from Las Vegas, came within 525 feet of the ground before climbing briefly and then safely landing. The FAA confirmed in a statement Thursday that it's investigating the incident. Southwest Airlines says it's working with the agency to understand and address any irregularities with the aircraft's approach to the airport. It's the second frightening descent by a Southwest jet since April, when a flight landing in Hawaii went as low as 400 feet above the ocean before climbing after an aborted landing attempt. The jets involved in both cases are Boeing 737 models, and while the cause of these two descents has not been determined, they come as Boeing is mired in previous safety and quality control mishaps. The company's CEO faced harsh bipartisan criticism on Capitol Hill Tuesday.
This hearing is a moment of reckoning.
You don't recognize the Boeing that has airplanes falling out of the sky?
Our culture is far from perfect, but we are taking action and we are making progress.
Southwest tried to assure the flying public after Wednesday's incident, saying nothing is more important than the safety of their customers and employees. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.